there are certain things that we want to discuss concerning the last video. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, my mother is here again. Not by me wanting her here, but the necessity for her to be here, as she was in our last video and there are certain things that we want to discuss concerning the last video, the videos that we made in the Truth or Drink. The title of this video is The Truth, right guys? The truth. So that means that we're just going to be honest about our experiences, some of the things that we may have mentioned out of laughs. We actually just want to dial it back to pull some true stories from everything that we've been through. So let's get right into it.
All right, so there was one thing that we don't want to do anything without putting things into perspective. We did everything for laughs and to have fun, but some of those truths are the things that we may not have talked about are actually things that would have affected us, could affect you, and we think that this is a perfect opportunity for us to address them. One of the things that was very prevalent in our video is us poking my hobby.
So is daddy's body type your ideal body type?
Well, we answered that question already.
No, you didn't.
And his 6-pack or 12-pack or whatever. He's my snuggle bug. I absolutely love him. And I genuinely could not care less what the size of my husband is. I love him for who he is. And I just do. But the truth of the matter is, my only suggestion for him or for anybody else is to just make sure that you remain healthy. So if healthy for you, if being big is healthy and you have no issue at all, it's perfectly fine. If being skinny is healthy, it's perfectly fine. But being big should not.
Unhealthy skinny people and you have healthy
people
that are bigger.
But being big should not determine whether or not you are loved or you feel special. Your body type should not determine how somebody feels about you. So we would have done that for laughs, but trust me, we have absolutely no issue with who he is or what he even looks like. The only suggestion I would have for anybody, for him or anybody else, is to just make sure that you are healthy. So we poke him a lot, and that is what that was about.
And some of these boys with the hot body are not necessarily have the hot personalities. So yeah, not saying that they're not hot bodies that have great personalities too, but it's really about the person who he is as a person. So we just wanted to make that clear that we love his body. His body is nice. His beach body. Well, she loves his body. I mean, he's my daddy. I mean, yeah, I guess. But anyways, one of the things that the questions that I asked is if I have ever smoked before.
Have you ever smoked cigarette, pot,
Okay, so everybody will be knowing my secret now because I'm not drinking. Yes, I smoked before, and yes, I did not do this when I was. So there's a time in my Christian life where I strayed, in the sense that I was just not, living up to what God wanted me to live up to. For all those persons who I preached to in high school, yes, I was living right in high school. It's more of the ending of high school that it started to happen. So when you tell me preaching there, I was being true to the core, just letting you know that I was always true to the core. I love my Jesus. But we make mistakes sometimes because we are human. And so yes, I have smoked before. It was not anything that serious, in the sense that it was not a lifestyle. It was just one of those things where I was in the moment, I did it, and I moved on with my life. Wanted you to know that.
Right, and the truth of the matter is, teenagers, they will try stuff all the time. We go through things, and it doesn't mean that it has to define you, or you have to your life has to be characterized by it, and it doesn't mean that it is right.
Yes.
Because in trying things, we should really be looking to try the things that are beneficial, that will edify us.
Because that was not recommended.
We don't recommend smoking for
It's
anyone
it's
at all.
not good. It's not right.
It's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy. We should not do it. Another thing that I spoke about. Let me just say this moment, and then you can go. Another thing I spoke about was my first kiss.
When did you have your first kiss?
That's easy. So this is disclaimer. I had my first kiss. This is very embarrassing. This is very a true story. I had my first kiss when I was like 13 or 14. So I don't remember all of my first kisses because apparently I got some earlier than I thought. I believe my first kiss was probably when I was in grade 5 or grade 6, but it was not an intentional thing. Mommy, can you stop? I was in a play and I was the Little Mermaid. The guy was the prince in the play and we were practicing kissing each other. But he was mainly practicing kissing me because, you know, the Little Mermaid at a point she needed a kiss, or the other one of them needed a kiss. We accidentally kissed each other, but it was not an intentional thing, and that was when I was younger. Fast forward to the one I was talking about in the video. When I was 13 years old, I went to this day camp. I had no intention of kissing anyone. I met this boy that I liked and he liked me. People were cheering and saying, kiss, kiss, kiss. And so he kissed me. That was it. It wasn't anything deep. It wasn't anything big. It just happened. Yes, so
thank God my 13-year-old was not.
I wasn't exposed and I was not intimate after that until, you know, I had my actual first kiss when I was older. Yeah. But that was not like something that serious, just to let you know that.
Okay. What did we talk about again that I would want to address? We spoke about my virginity.
When did you lose your virginity and to whom?
Your father.
Yeah. When?
At age 19.
20. Oh yeah, you lost your virginity.
Priceless.
Yes. Yes.
But you know, sometimes when you grow up in the church and you're called to live a particular life, and everyone has a period in their life where they stray away from the precepts of God, because when you grow up very sheltered, you want to explore. And I went through a phase in my life when I grew up so sheltered, not exposed to the world at all, not knowing anything about sexual interaction or anything. And I met this guy, my husband, and I fell in love and we wanted to explore each other. I was in the church at the time, Christian. He was not. And we had different spiritual goals, but one will overpower the other. And it was consensual, but I did it in my 20s. It was not 20, I think it was about age 22 when I started my my young career. So that was really an error. And I was scared out of my wits, but it happened. And it's the only thing I would have regretted was that it was not in the context of marriage, because that was the principles that I held true growing up. But it just goes to show that we're human, we can fall. But even after we fall, it is important to get up. So sexual immorality, and in the context of the church, it's something that is a very real thing. It's a real struggle that young people go through. And I just wanted to use this medium to encourage you that if you fall, it's important to get back up and just return to your relationship with God, because He's waiting to hold you up, because He called me back to the right relationship with Him. And outside of that, it's a real struggle that we really need to talk about. And if you're having a struggle, you should always do things, make sure that you're in the environment that doesn't facilitate you falling into that trap. Because when you're alone with someone that you are attracted to and you love, and you're in the church, when you're in the moment, things can happen, because it happened to me. It happened to me. So just be guarded.
To add to that,
yes.
Just to add to that. Yeah, I have had similar experiences, because we have to be real with ourselves and we have to be honest. You know, as Christians, we make mistakes sometimes because of the flesh. You see, when certain errors happen, it's just a call for you to get closer to Jesus. Because when you're in that space, these things are least likely to happen. So when I strayed was when I fell most. I kissed boys that I was not supposed to kiss, because I was not where I needed to be in the Lord. When you are where you need to be, when you're spending time in His presence, reading His word, just spending intimate time with him, listening, because you know it's a conversation, not you talk alone, but the Lord actually speaks to us, and you spend time with him. There's certain things that he gets rid of out of your spirit and out of your space. So that happens in the secret place, in time with him. So when I was not doing what I needed to do, yes, I did things that I was not supposed to do, but it's as a result of me not being where I needed to be. And so when you find yourself falling in sin, when you find yourself struggling with certain things,
feed your spirit.
It feed your spirit. There's so many things that are happening in the church, and I don't want to make it seem like, oh, whatever, but we were all born in sin and shaped in iniquity. We met Jesus and he transformed us, but there's a process that takes place. Transformation don't happen overnight. And so if you were used to having sex in the world, it's gonna be hard for you to just throw everything away when you accept the Lord. Usually it is. Not everybody's story is the same. Some persons, they're just done when they're done. Some persons, it takes a process, you know. But in all things, flee from sin. Mommy, the scripture says,
shun the very appearance of evil. So if it looks like,
if it looks like it, if it feels like it, if it smells like it, if there's an underlying thing, that's the Holy Spirit. So run, you know. So I am not at that place anymore, but you're now gonna find me and a guy by myself in specific places. He's over my house. I'm not doing that foolishness, especially if he's over my house and I'm by myself. It's a place where it's a group setting. That's a different thing, but you have to be mindful of the things you do, because you can fall back there. There's certain places I will not go to again, because you can't afford to trust your flesh or trust yourself. No, always be guarded, because the enemy, he always finds a way. So you have to be smart. So don't play smart and say, oh, I can manage this because it hasn't bothered me for a while. No, still be guarded about everything you do. And that's, I think I will talk more about this another time.
Yes, we will come back and we'll do another chat. But in all things, fear the Lord and keep his commandments, and just know that we are humans, and the Lord knows that we're humans, but he gives us a spirit of wisdom, and he says when we are tempted, he will always give us a way of escape. So we always have a way out. We just have to choose to take the way of escape.
And don't ever forget that Jesus loves you, and he desires a relationship with you. Whomever you are, whoever is watching this video, I want you to know that he's in love with you, and that it does not matter what has happened in the past or what you are struggling with. There were times that I was struggling with some deep things like pornography, and I have to be really honest, this was a struggle for me at a point of my life. And in order for me to get rid of this, I had to surrender to him so he could deliver me. It starts with you. So Jesus is always calling us, but it's our decision, because he's not forcing anybody to accept him. He's not forcing anybody to live right. He gave you an option, a free choice, because he loves you and he wants it to be your decision. So I'm saying to you that it's your decision, and I'm saying to you that you have to make a decision to stop. You have to make a decision to turn your life around. When you make that decision is when your life will change, and that's how I started to get deliverance. So yeah, I will talk more about these different things another time, but thank you so much for watching. Know that you are loved and you are blessed, and yeah,
like, share, subscribe, comment, and God bless you.